So I want to do a quick video on how to save money on tires, whether you're buying new tires or used tires. You need a new vehicle, or you need new tires for your vehicle. You can save a lot of money by knowing a few things. And it's time for me to do a swap from winter tires to summer tires on the car. I've already done a video before of how to change a tire at home, so I'm not going to repeat that here. But what I do want to go over is when you go to purchase new tires. I got a set of 4 new tires I purchased online for about $300. For me to do it at home, it costs next to nothing. I live in a pretty remote area. To go to a shop and have 4 new tires put on this vehicle would be about $1,000 to $1,200, depending on the quality of the tires. For me to be able to do it at home for $300, that's a huge savings. You can go on like Tire Rack, or you can go on Walmart's website and typically find good quality tires relatively cheap. There are some things you have to know though about tires. Typically speaking, the warranty period, whether it's 40,000, 60,000, 80,000 miles, will give you a pretty good indicator of the life expectancy of those tires. The longer it is, typically the better the tire. Some things you should know is that there's different classes of tires. There are tires that are tagged for like passenger vehicles, for SUVs, for trucks, for trailers. You do not want to put a trailer tire on your car. Typically, it's not going to hold up to the weight, it's not going to hold up to the abuse, and they wear out really fast. They're super cheap tires though, so you do have to look at that. If you're buying used tires, this is the date code on a tire, and the last 2 digits indicate the year that it was made. These were made in 2019. The date code on the new tires that I just had delivered must be on the other side. Let's see here. No, where is it? Did I miss it? I must have missed it. Nope, here it is. 24. So these were just made. That's very important because as rubber is exposed to oxygen, it begins to break down. And if you're buying tires that are more than 5 or 6 years old, they're just not going to last. They're really prone to blowouts. So if you're buying used tires, I'm probably going to throw these up on Marketplace for like $50 for the set of 4. They've still got, one more season left in them. Somebody will need tires, and $50 is a pretty good price for 4 used tires. They can still run them for a year. They're going to be bald as hell at the end of that year, but somebody will buy them. That is the other nice thing, is if you replace them before they completely wear out, you can get some of your money back. It's only $300 for a new set of tires. If I can get $50 back, that's $250 for a new set of tires. That's cheap. So you have a couple options. You can do it yourself at home. The tools to do it: you're going to need a tire brake and a balancer. You can get both of these at Harbor Freight for under $200. The first time you use them, it will save you the difference between what it would cost to do it yourself at home and what it would cost to go to a tire shop and have it done. It does require a decent amount of physical strength, and it's a crappy job. If I didn't live in a remote area, if I was in a major city, I would just take it somewhere and have them replace the tires. When I was in the Southwest, there was a lot of small Mexican tire shops. They're called llanteras or llantera, I don't know. They typically would replace a set of 4 tires for me for well under $100. So even there, you get 4 new tires online for $300. You take it to the shop, they do the replacement for $100. You're still saving a ton of money. And I'll link that in the description below, or I'll list it. I'm sorry, not link it. The keyword you want to search for is llantera, or just search for used tire shops. Used tire shops will typically do the replacement much cheaper than a new tire shop. The other thing is, when you're picking your tires, they have ratings on them. And you do need to know something about the ratings. You have a temperature rating. This should always be A. You have a traction rating. This should always be A. You will see B's and even C's on very cheap tires. Now, if you're just throwing 4 tires on a car that you're going to have for 3 months or 6 months and sell, you could go with the cheap $30 tires. You know, it's not a big deal. But if you intend to drive it for a couple of years, you definitely want A's on both of these. The next thing is the tread wear number. Now, you will see numbers anywhere from 400. I think I've seen them as high as 960, 980. That's a very subjective number because tire manufacturers set their own numbers. So that's how that tire compares to the other tires that they manufacture. So it's not really a good indicator of how long the tire is actually going to last. For that, you kind of want to look at the warranty. These are a 60,000 mile warranty. They're decent tires. They're not top of the line. They're Blackhawks, and you can also see on here they are a SUV tire. So those are some things to look for. You'll usually find that in the details under the tires if you expand the info. Like I said, if you go on Tire Rack or Walmart or wherever. And this can save you a ton of money. You know, 4 new tires for under $400, that's almost unheard of. And, you know, you might have to make some phone calls. You might have to do some searching. You might have to wait a few days. But you could potentially save $800, $1,000, depending on what you have. If you have a big truck, you could save a couple $1,000 easily by doing it this way. It's absolutely worth it, and it's something everybody should know. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to be posting a ton of these videos, different ways not only to save money, but to make money. If you like money, follow this channel. Thank you.